So I've been waking up at 5:45 every morning, um, every day, and the goal is to be able to feel more energized. And I don't know that I feel more energized, but I guess baby steps. And also, I think I tend to want immediate results, and for anything I do, so maybe it takes a little while. But um, I guess I thought it would take like 2 days and then I'd be adjusted, but I'm still like really tired. Um, and it's still not the easiest to fall asleep at night, but um, I am falling asleep before midnight, so that's good. So maybe it takes a little more of an adjustment period and that whole thing. Um, but yeah, I just want to feel like it's worth it because yeah, if I choose to wake up earlier and choose to go to bed earlier, obviously that there are certain social sacrifices that are made that way. Um, and especially like I love just the nighttime. It's not like I love the nightlife. I mean, I don't go clubbing or anything, but um, there's like a certain like magic and mysticism about night, and there's like a soothing coolness about it, and anything can happen, um, and yeah, most of the cool social activities are at night. So I would only give that up if it like made my energy feel amazing. And so far, it's not feeling that amazing, but I guess I still have to keep with it. There's still a chance that it'll be good. Um, yeah, I guess I always try to find whatever's the next best thing. I'm like always wanting to like improve my life. And I guess I try to focus on my own life because I feel like that's the only thing I really can control. I mean, yeah, you can do a lot in the world and make a lot of movements and stuff. Um, but again, you can like you can lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink. So um, I feel like a lot of I'm really driven to improve myself, and I've done work in the past trying to improve conditions for others and programs and situations. Um, but a lot of the time, those things don't always go as you plan. I mean, you could put whatever you want into something, but it's not ultimately up to you. It's not ultimately, um, you're not controlling every factor there. And I guess you're not necessarily controlling every factor with your own life and your own personal self too. But in a weird way, like my own sense of self improvement feels like, okay, it's the only thing I can control. Like I would love to like help people expand their horizons, like try new things, see new parts of themselves. And I guess like when I was doing life coaching, it it felt personally frustrating when um, their progress is really mostly up to them, and I don't know how much it's really up to me. Um, but I guess that's you still try and you still do what you can. But then it makes me think like, oh, maybe I'm just not effective. Maybe like if I were better at this, like they would feel inspired to do these things or whatever. Um, so yeah, it's a I think in doing these vlogs, I noticed that I tend to talk about myself a lot, and then I'm like, oh, it's that self-involved. And I guess I just the way I see it is I can change myself, and I can change, and through that way, I can change the world. I can impact different people. Um, and yeah, I would love to help people, and I have before, and I still want to continue. Um, but help is a weird term for me because it's like, what's really helping? Like, because then there's the whole thing of like enabling. Like, is it helping somebody to like give somebody something, or is it more helpful to teach them how to do it themselves, or is it more helpful to just like shine your light bright and just have people inspired to take certain actions in their own lives? I mean, how do you make change? Um, I've read a whole bunch of different things about, yeah, how to help people, how to make change, and help is a weird word for me because then it's like it's implying that they're broken in some way, that they're in a bad state right now, and that where they are is not acceptable, and like I don't want to promote that either. Um, so yeah, I guess they, but the thing is that people make changes based usually from like a point of low or a point of something wrong or a problem, or rather than just saying, you know what would be great, like this. Oh, you know what would be fun. Um, so yeah, improvement is very much tied to problems, um, and maybe that's just the way it is. In order to build new creativity, like you have to have some sense of things you don't want in your life in order to inspire you to greater. Um, maybe that's just a fact of life. um, yeah, and it's like I don't want to shield people from their own experiences, and um, it's like you need those setbacks. You need to like get hit, so you decide to like be more agile and more resourceful. So it's a weird place to be in, feeling like I want to help people, and then sort of wondering what's even helping. And I guess I just try to go based on how I feel about it. I mean, I don't know that you can intellectualize it too much, and just try to be more instinctual about it. And also sort of follow the way that I want to help, like follow my desire around helping, because there are many ways you can help. Um, and for some people, it might be like material giving, but it could also be just listening to somebody. That could be enough, or that could be the way that you enjoy giving. Um, so I think I'm still learning about sort of navigating this drive to help people and inspire people. Um, it's like I want to be effective, but I also want to do things that I enjoy as well. Um, yeah, because it's like let's say like starving people. It's like the easy idea is to give them money or to give them food, um, but maybe that's not the most helpful. Um, Maybe that's not the most long term helpful or even short term helpful. And maybe that's not something that inspires the giver as well. Like maybe it's not that fun for them either. So it's like a win lose dynamic, whereas ideally it would be a win win dynamic. Um, so yeah, I've been thinking about that. Um, I've been still doing beach companionship for people, for hire. And yeah, I had a pretty active week, and I've actually been enjoying it now. And I was enjoying it in the past too, but then I took a little bit of a break because um, I still feel the drive to do bigger things. But again, I can do this and bigger things as well. Um, and maybe I can expand this into something bigger. Um, and I think like what I'm learning from this is giving me the information that would help me give a good talk or teach a bigger group of people. Um, but yeah, I guess I do struggle with the sense of like um, making a bigger impact, definitely. And I think about it like I want to work with maybe an organization or a company, and I think I was realizing that I have a lot of judgment towards like this idea of being with a company. Um, but it's been recently kind of hitting me that I mean, obviously you have to work with other people to make a big impact, but I think like the idea of companies being evil, and I'm realizing like it's just groups of people. Like a company is just they're just groups of people. Like you have a principle, a certain guiding principle, and then everybody else, we're all just like little ants, like in the company. Um, so I think like now I see it differently, um, rather than feeling like working with a company is like a soul crushing kind of thing. Um, I could see how I could do it. now. I could see how I could navigate that. And I think for me, it's important to just be enjoying what I'm doing. I think I'm afraid of feeling insignificant when I'm working with a company. So rather than just writing off companies entirely, I think um, I'd like to see if there are ways that I can still feel meaningful, feel powerful, feel good about what the company is doing, and feel impactful, and also continue to just like day to day like be associated and do it. Um, so those are the things I've kind of been pondering. I'm out of time. Goodbye.